Football isn't just a game. It's a story written by the players who rise above the rest, the pioneers, the icons, the leaders, and the future stars. These 15 legends didn't just play football, they changed it forever. Section 1. The Pioneers. 1. Pele. Pele is widely considered football's first global superstar. Bursting onto the world stage at just 17 in the 1958 World Cup, he stunned defenders with his pace, flair, and finishing ability. By the time he retired, he had 3 World Cups to his name, a record that still stands. His impact wasn't only about goals. Pele introduced the world to a new way of playing, showcasing skill and creativity on the biggest stage. What made Pele so special was his versatility. He could dribble, pass, score with both feet, and dominate in the air despite his smaller frame. His legendary overhead kicks and powerful strikes inspired players for generations. Football wasn't just about winning with Pele, it was about entertaining and expressing joy on the pitch. Even after retiring, Pele became an ambassador for the sport, spreading football to countries where it had never been played seriously before. His charisma and reputation helped cement football as the world's most popular sport. Pele wasn't just a king of the pitch, he became the face of football forever. 2. Diego Maradona. Diego Maradona was a genius, pure and simple. His close control, vision, and dribbling were unmatched. The 1986 World Cup remains his masterpiece, scoring the Hand of God goal and the goal of the century in the same match against England. That tournament proved Maradona could win games almost single-handedly, carrying Argentina to glory. Maradona's influence at Napoli was just as legendary. When he arrived, Napoli were underdogs in Italy. With Maradona, they won 2 Serie A titles and a UEFA Cup, making the club and the city believe they could compete with Italy's giants. He wasn't just a footballer there, he became a hero for a city that felt overlooked. Despite his struggles with addiction and controversies off the pitch, Maradona's brilliance ensured his name will never be forgotten. His story is a mix of genius and tragedy, which makes him one of the most human legends the game has ever seen. He showed that footballers aren't just athletes, they can become symbols of entire nations. 3. Johan Cruyff. Johan Cruyff was more than a footballer. He was a football philosopher. As the leader of the Dutch total football movement in the 1970s, he showed the world that football could be both beautiful and tactical. His intelligence allowed him to see the game in a way few others could, making him a step ahead of defenders every time he touched the ball. At Ajax, Cruyff won 3 European Cups, dazzling fans with his skill and vision. His famous Cruyff turn became one of football's most iconic moves, still used today by players around the world. When he moved to Barcelona, he didn't just bring his talent, he brought an entire philosophy that would reshape the club. As a manager, Cruyff's influence was even greater. He created the foundation of Barcelona's tiki-taka style, inspiring future legends like Xavi, Iniesta, and Messi. His ideas went beyond winning. He changed the way the world thinks about football. Cruyff's legacy is proof that one man's vision can alter the sport forever. Section 2. The Modern Icons. 4. Zinedine Zidane. Zinedine Zidane played football with elegance. Every touch looked effortless, every pass seemed calculated, and every goal carried weight. His crowning moment came in the 1998 World Cup final when he scored 2 goals to lead France to its first ever title. For French fans, Zidane became the symbol of unity in a diverse nation. His club career was filled with brilliance, especially at Juventus and Real Madrid. Zidane's volley in the 2002 Champions League final against Bayer Leverkusen remains one of the greatest goals in football history. He had a rare ability to step up when it mattered most, often being the calmest player in the biggest moments. Even his infamous 2006 World Cup final red card couldn't tarnish his legacy. Instead, it added another chapter to his complex story, one of passion, brilliance, and humanity. Zidane showed the world that football could be played with grace, but also with fire. 5. Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho was pure joy in motion. With his dazzling tricks, no-look passes, and cheeky smile, he played football like it was a street performance. At Barcelona, he became the magician of the Camp Nou, delivering moments of magic that left fans and opponents in awe. His dribbling ability and creativity made him one of the most entertaining players ever. Ronaldinho's influence went far beyond trophies. Kids everywhere started practicing skills and tricks because of him, from elastico moves to free kicks. He brought a sense of fun back into football, proving that success and entertainment could go hand in hand. His backheel assists and bicycle kicks were as unforgettable as his goals. Even though his prime was short compared to others, Ronaldinho's impact was massive. He inspired a generation, including a young Lionel Messi, who often credits Ronaldinho as a mentor. For many, Ronaldinho was the reason they fell in love with football in the first place. 6. Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo is the definition of hard work and determination. Starting from humble beginnings on the island of Madeira, he transformed himself into one of the greatest athletes in history. At Manchester United, he developed from a flashy winger into a deadly goalscorer, winning his first Ballon d'Or in 2008. His move to Real Madrid took him to another level. With incredible speed, power, and an unstoppable will to score, Ronaldo became the club's all-time top scorer, winning 4 Champions League titles. His rivalry with Lionel Messi pushed both players to reach unprecedented heights, dominating world football for over a decade. Even in the later stages of his career, Ronaldo continued to break records, showing his adaptability in different leagues. His fitness, mentality, and leadership made him a role model for aspiring players. Ronaldo proved that greatness isn't just about talent, it's about relentless drive. 7. Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi is football artistry in its purest form. From the moment he broke into Barcelona's first team, it was clear he was something special. His low center of gravity, dribbling skills, and left foot made him unstoppable. Defenders often looked helpless as Messi weaved past them with ease. Messi's partnership with Xavi and Iniesta created one of the greatest teams in history, dominating Europe with Barcelona's tiki-taka style. He scored goals in every possible way: free kicks, long-range strikes, solo runs, and delicate chips. Year after year, Messi broke records, including becoming Barcelona's all-time top scorer. The crowning moment of his career came in 2022 when he finally lifted the World Cup with Argentina. It was the perfect ending to an already legendary story, proving that Messi's greatness wasn't just about stats, it was about legacy. For many, he is the greatest of all time. Section 3. The leaders and defenders. 8. Franz Beckenbauer. Franz Beckenbauer, nicknamed Der Kaiser, reinvented what it meant to be a defender. He played as a sweeper, a role that allowed him to control the game from the back. With elegance and composure, he showed that defenders could also be playmakers, not just stoppers. At Bayern Munich, Beckenbauer won multiple European Cups, leading the club during its rise to dominance in the 1970s. With Germany, he lifted the World Cup both as a player and later as a manager, a rare achievement that only adds to his legendary status. Beckenbauer's leadership on and off the field made him one of football's great statesmen. His calm authority and tactical mind left a lasting influence on generations of defenders. He proved that intelligence and style could coexist with strength. 9. Paolo Maldini. Paolo Maldini is the definition of loyalty and consistency. Spending his entire career at AC Milan, he played over 900 matches for the club, becoming a symbol of professionalism and class. Maldini could play both left-back and centre-back, adapting his game as he got older. What made Maldini special was his ability to defend without fouling. His positioning and anticipation were so sharp that he rarely needed to dive into tackles. He was always one step ahead of attackers, neutralizing them with ease. His style of defending was about control, not desperation. Maldini's leadership made him an icon not just in Milan, but worldwide. Even opposing fans respected him for his elegance, longevity, and loyalty. He showed that being a defender could be as legendary as being a goal scorer. 10. Cafu. Cafu brought a new dimension to the full-back position. Known for his endless stamina and attacking runs, he redefined what a right-back could do. Instead of staying deep, Cafu constantly bombed forward, overlapping wingers and delivering dangerous crosses. With Brazil, Cafu was a constant presence, playing in 3 consecutive World Cup finals and winning 2. His reliability made him a key figure in one of Brazil's most successful eras. He showed that attacking fullbacks could play just as big a role in success as strikers and midfielders. At club level, Cafu excelled at both Roma and AC Milan, winning league titles and a Champions League. His energy and consistency made him one of the most influential defenders of his generation. Today's modern wingbacks owe much of their style to Cafu's legacy. Section 4. Inspirational Figures. 11. George Weah. George Weah made history as the only African player to win the Ballon d'Or. Coming from Liberia, a country with little footballing tradition, he rose to the top of European football with clubs like PSG, AC Milan, and Chelsea. His blend of power, pace, and skill made him unplayable at his peak. Weah's story inspired millions across Africa. He showed that talent from the continent could not only compete with Europe's best, but also surpass them. His famous solo goal for AC Milan, where he dribbled from his own half to score, remains one of the greatest individual goals ever. After retiring, Weah's impact continued beyond football. He became the president of Liberia, showing his commitment to helping his people off the pitch. His journey from African streets to the Ballon d'Or and then national leadership is one of the most inspiring stories in football history. 12. Didier Drogba. Didier Drogba was more than a striker, he was a leader and a symbol of hope. At Chelsea, he became one of the most feared forwards in the Premier League, combining strength, aerial dominance, and clinical finishing. His knack for scoring in finals cemented his reputation as a big-game player. Drogba's most famous moment came in the 2012 Champions League final. With Chelsea trailing, he scored a late equalizer and then netted the winning penalty in the shootout. That victory was the crowning moment of his career, proving his ability to deliver under immense pressure. Off the pitch, Drogba played a key role in ending civil conflict in Ivory Coast, using his platform to unite a divided nation. His legacy isn't just about goals, it's about leadership, courage, and changing lives beyond football. 13. Thierry Henry. Thierry Henry brought style and swagger to the Premier League. At Arsenal, he became the club's all-time top scorer, leading the famous Invincibles team that went unbeaten in the 2003 to 2004 season. His pace, skill, and finishing made him unstoppable. Henry wasn't just a goal scorer, he was a creator too. His vision and passing often set up teammates, making him a complete forward. His trademark finishes, often curled into the bottom corner, became his signature move. As a French international, Henry won both the World Cup in 1998 and the European Championship in 2000. His influence stretched beyond Arsenal. He became an icon of modern football, inspiring countless young forwards around the world. Section 5. The New Generation. 14. Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe represents the future of football. Bursting onto the scene as a teenager with Monaco, he quickly became one of the most dangerous forwards in the world. His blistering pace and composure in front of goal set him apart from other young players. At just 19, Mbappe won the 2018 World Cup with France, scoring in the final and becoming the youngest player since Pele to do so. His performances made it clear that he was destined for greatness. Since then, he has continued to dominate, becoming the face of Paris Saint-Germain and carrying his nation on the biggest stages. Mbappe's ambition is as big as his talent. He openly speaks about wanting to be remembered as one of the all-time greats. With his skill, mindset, and already impressive achievements, he looks on track to do exactly that. 15. Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland is football's new goal machine. Standing tall with incredible speed and power, he has broken goal-scoring records wherever he has gone, from Red Bull Salzburg to Borussia Dortmund to Manchester City. His ability to finish with both feet and his head makes him one of the most complete strikers ever seen at his age. At Manchester City, Haaland shattered Premier League scoring records in his debut season, showing that he wasn't just a prospect, he was already world-class. His physicality and ruthless instinct make him nearly impossible to stop. Defenders struggle to contain him because he combines size with surprising agility. What makes Haaland so exciting is his potential. He's still so young, and if he maintains this trajectory, he could become one of the greatest strikers in history. Haaland is proof that the next generation of legends has already arrived. This one's over, but the next one's even better. Hit here to keep watching.